There's a saying that first impressions are everything. But the thing is, most people pitching themselves as podcast guests come across as pretty average, which means their competitors often grab the opportunity instead and get ahead. So today, I'm gonna walk you through how to create a podcast one-sheet that makes a killer first impression. A one-sheet is basically a one-page document, a bit like your resume, that includes extra information that supports whatever you write in your email. First, you'll need your name, followed by a headline. Make your headline about 4 or 5 words long, and make it describe who you are. For example, B2B SaaS marketing strategist, or psychotherapist specializing in OCD and anxiety. Next, include a professional headshot. It should be high resolution with a clean background, and of course, up to date, not from like 10 years ago. It adds that personal feel, especially since a lot of the podcasts are video podcasts these days. So it just helps the host get to know who's gonna be on their show. Now, your bio. And this is one of the most important parts because in many cases, it's how the host will introduce you on the podcast. Write it in the third person. Keep it around 30 to 40 words and focus on your most relevant experience, results, or recognizable credentials. For example, Jane Smith is a growth advisor who's helped over 100 startups increase their recurring revenue. Her work's been featured in Fast Company, Product Hunt, and dozens of podcasts. If you want to write more about yourself, I'd recommend highlighting this first bit in bold to distinguish it from the rest. Then include a list of 3 or 4 topics you can speak about, and you can also add a few suggested questions that the host could ask you. This will give them a clear sense of what directions the episode could take and exactly where your expertise and interest lies. Next, include some social proof. This could be client names, media features, follower counts, book sales, anything that shows credibility and builds trust. If you've been a guest on other podcasts, link to 1 or 2 strong interviews. And once you've done a few shows, I recommend creating a Spotify or a YouTube playlist of your appearances and including that link so they're all in one place. Hosts often want to know how you sound before they commit, and this makes it easy. Then make sure that your contact information, website, and social links are all on there. Ideally, make it so that if a host clicks on the link, it actually opens up in their browser. You can even add a meeting link if you've got one of those and make it just really, really easy for the host to take the next step with you. When it comes to actually designing and creating the one sheet though, you don't need to be the designer. I'd say that Canva is just probably your best option. Remember to use your brand colors and font, export it as a PDF, and make sure the file is under 2 megabytes so you can attach it to your email. Now, if you really want to stand out, you could include a quick line about your recording setup. For example, if you use a mic, which mic is it, and what definition your webcam records in. That just tells the host that you're taking it really seriously and that you pay more attention to recording quality than perhaps a lot of the other guests do. You can check out this other video to find out which beginner mic I recommend. And if you want to find the best fit podcasts with listener data, contact info, and details about previous guests, check out Raphonic's free trial below.